mini yoga class with a little bit of Kriya as well, and a bit of movement. So it looks like I've got the YouTube live now, just had to reboot it. So just give me a second and we'll be getting ready very soon. Okay, so that's on TikTok. I've been patiently waiting there. So thank you for joining me, everybody there. And so as we arrive today, let's begin by finding ourselves in a comfortable seat. And from this comfortable seat, we will begin with an Om before we start to find our way into our postures. And so on your shins, maybe even in a chair, just tighten down the mind and close down your eyes. And let's do Oms here. Last one together. Namaste and welcome to your practice. Let's begin by lying down on our backs. Bringing the soles of feet to touch. Left hand on your heart, right hand on your tummy. Drawing your chin toward your chest and closing down your eyes. Let the field of gravity envelop you here. Let the breath feel, allow it to be from their nose and just through the nose. So you might be able to feel how the nostrils expand and allow the breath in, and the air might feel a little cool. And then as that allow the removal of the breath, the exhale of the breath, it warm up. And now you might even be able to focus on how the torso shifts as the inhale expands. The belly button rises, the lower ribs rise, the chest widens, and the collarbones lift. And you feel the buoyancy of the breath inside of you. And then as the exhale breath contracts all of that expression, you feel the grounding nature of the breath, the letting go nature of the breath. So we think of the inhale, nourishment and guidance. Breath allows that permission to release what doesn't serve, let go of those knots, those blockages, that stickiness. Let's take one more breath here together. Big inhale, filling all the way up, expanding, widening, lifting, encouraging. And then with the exhale breath, allow that expression of stress and fatigue to melt away. Reach the hands down for your knees and close the knees like a book. Draw the knees in towards you, hold the shins, lift the head, curl into a little ball, hug yourself in, and then roll around your back a little. You can lower the back of the head down and just create some circular shapes along the sacrum, along the spine. And if you like me and you always go in the one direction, how about you switch it up today? Go around in the other direction. You can start to get expressive now in shapes that feel really nice for you. Maybe a little bit of movement of the legs independently, holding the knees. Just waking up the hips, allowing a little bit of movement through that deep socket joint there. Now transfer both your hands onto your right shin and let the left foot lower down onto the mat. So the foot's on the mat, the knee points to the ceiling. Bring the right knee in towards you and give it a big, generous squeeze and cuddle. Lovely big hug. And in that expression, hug it all in. Give yourself that moment of tenderness, a moment of reminder, just how unique and special you are. Half happy baby, take the right arm inside the right leg and hold the pinky toe edges of the foot. And then start to lift the foot to the ceiling, but continue to draw the foot down with the fingertips. So you get this push-pull expression in the body. And we'll stay here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Now transfer your hands to the backs of the right thigh and start to lift the right leg up to the ceiling. Curl the toes back towards your face and use some leverage through the interlaced fingers to draw the leg back towards you. Micro adjust the foot so that perhaps you just rotate the toes towards the center line and just tune into some deeper sensation through the hamstrings. The more flexies in the room might walk their hands further up the back of the leg, elevating their head and drawing the foot overhead. Staying for a moment, staying for a breath. And then as you start to slide the hands down the backs of the thigh, draw the knee in and at the same time extend the opposite leg down and away from you. Rest the heel on the mat. Hug the knee in again. So continuing with the right knee, we're still on the right knee. Transfer the left hand onto the knee and draw the knee across your body as you supine twist here. You rotate. And you look to the right, you feel that magical corkscrew expression of energy rinsing out through the back body. Stay for a moment, stay for a breath. And then slowly come back through center. Hug both knees in again. Give them both that cuddle. Bring the head up towards the knees. Lovely little squeeze. Maybe a little rotate through the ankles. And now switch it over. Transfer the hands onto the left knee. Lower the sole of the right foot down onto the mat. Give that knee a lovely big squeeze and cuddle. And slide the left arm inside the left leg and hold the pinky toe edge of the left foot. Press the foot into the ceiling, but continue to draw the foot down with that hand. Creating that push-pull effect here, really allowing some tenderization of the muscles deep in the hip socket and around through to the gluteals, the thighs. Remember, if the head's in an awkward position, to always make those adjustments to find a little bit of comfort through the back of the head. And stay a breath or 2. And then take the hands behind the left thigh, interlace the fingers, and start to lift the left leg up to the sky. Curl the toes back towards your face. It doesn't surprise me if one leg is more vociferous than the other. Some resistance. For me, my left leg is definitely more tight. As I rotate those toes in towards the center line, I feel much more energy along the outer seam of the leg, originating at the hip joint and going up the sides of the leg. It's a stretch that I enjoy, but I often avoid. And remembering those of us that are more flexible in the room, we might walk our hands up the backs of the legs, getting that deeper sensation here. Nice work. One more deep breath here. And start to bend that left knee and give that knee a lovely big squeeze. You slide the right leg long down and away from you. And then transfer the right hand onto the left knee and take your twist, take your roll over. Lovely big rotation. And then as you start to tune into how that deep cleansing twist allows for nourishment to re-enter areas that might feel a little blocked or sticky. And then as you come back through your center, you give that left knee one more squeeze and cuddle and thankful hug. And then draw both knees in. Give yourself a big squeeze. And then roll onto your favorite hip. And take a moment now as you roll over into a fetal position. Use your underside arm as a pillow and allow yourself a moment just to curl into this kind and nurturing posture. Today's practice is about welcoming and tuning into the divinity of the Shakti, the divine feminine. So begin here by visualizing yourself bathing in a beautiful liquid gold expression of moisture, whatever that feels for you. Calming music and feel the warmth, that ocean of compassion that we find with Lakshmi, the incredibly beautiful goddess of abundance, of prosperity, of non-local. That spare hand in front of your torso, start to press down into the earth so we can come back to our seat, arriving back in our cross-leg position. Take a moment to find some comfort. Use a prop. Sit on something to help elevate your hips, and then start to find yourself in a position that feels like you can maintain this for a little while. Let's take our hands onto our knees, erect and lengthen through the spine. Just allow yourself a moment here to close down your eyes and tune into that internal dimension. Take yourself from the layers of your skin through the contours of your muscles and into the web of your nerves. Soften through the shoulders, soften through the face and the jaw, separate the lips. Just notice how the body feels, where the areas of resistance, those opposing opposites in your body, those opposing sentiments, I beg your pardon. There's areas where there's some freedom and fluidity and softness, and there's areas of blockage and rigidity and resistance. We'll use some beautiful poses to help smooth out those edges, harmonize and unite within our body. Takes the hands up and out overhead. Inhale. Come through your center. Exhale, breath. Draw your chin towards your chest. Start to rub the palms together and create this beautiful friction, this heat Ignite your inner fire. Create the warmth. Cover the eyes with those warm hands and absorb the nourishment of that expression from the palms. And then as you start to peel the hands away from your eyes, you open and blink open your eyes. Lower the left hand down onto your left knee and take your peace fingers of the right hand, Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, or take your thumb and block your right nostril and inhale through your left. Close your left nostril with your ring finger, open your right, and with a pump at your belly button, exhale out. Close your right nostril, reopen the left, inhale. Close the left, reopen the right, and exhale with a little. Close right, reopen left, inhale. Close left, reopen right, exhale. Little pump, keep going. So inhale left, exhale right. I'll tell you when to switch in a moment. Nice. Open both nostrils and breathe normally for a moment. And now let's switch it up. So close the left nostril, inhale right. Close right, exhale. Up at the belly button. Close left, reopen right, inhale. Close right, open left, exhale. Keep going. Open both nostrils, lower your hands down. And just tune into how you've harmonized those polarities, those opposing sentiments. You've gathered together and come to center, nourishing and polishing the mind free of a lot of that negative thought, the same things. Peel the hands open into a cactus expression. Inhale. And then with your exhale breath, bring hand mouth. Shh. Exhale. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Shh. Out the mouth. 3 more. Shh. Inhale here. And with your exhale, just soften through your shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Now, this is a Kriya to invoke our Shiva Shakti. So this isn't just necessarily the masculine and feminine. It's about recognizing that the feminine resides in everything. It's everywhere. And even though we've never heard Shakti mention or speak a word, we can see her in the river flowing, in the blue sky, in the birds tweeting, in the beat of your heart. So as you twist to your right, you recite out loud Shiva. And as you twist to your left, you recite out loud Shakti. This does not need to be a competition to who's the fastest or loudest. It can be a beautiful expression with your eyes open and you're focusing on the horizon. So Shiva, Shakti, 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 Shiva, Shakti. Continue to go and move as you allow yourself to drop into the transcendental nature of the Kriya, where the sound of your voice starts to evaporate into the ether, and the movement and the shift allows you to drop into the void that we know as Shunya. Shakti, Shiva, 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 Shakti. Kundalini yoga is about allowing yourself the opportunity to do something that's different, to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. And it allows us to move in the direction of more abundance, more prosperity, more joy, which is exactly the attributes of our divine goddess Lakshmi. So continue here for a few more moments. Shiva, Shakti, Shiva, Shakti, Shiva, Shakti, Shiva, Shakti, Shiva, Shakti, Shiva, Shakti. Now, as you slowly start to bring your hands down, allow the fingertips, the pinky finger and the thumb, to come to touch and create what's called Kamala Mudra, which is the lotus mudra. And allow your hands to come to your heart. This is the Sri Yantra Kriya, and it invokes the abundance and the possibility of Lakshmi, allowing us to bathe in her prosperity and love. So with your eyes open for the moment, because there is a few different mudras that we create here. The first part here is holding this mudra and reciting the mantra Shrim, Shrim, Shrim. And then as you move your hands into Namaskar mudra prayer, take your thumbs to your third eye. And here we recite the mantra Klim, Klim, with our awareness at our third eye. Then take your left hand to the level of your heart with the palm facing up and close the pinky finger and thumb to touch Gyan Mudra. With the right hand out wide, we do the same with the thumb and the pinky, but I beg your pardon, with the index fingers. And here we recite the mantra Lakshmi Aye. And then we come back to the third eye and we recite Namas Narayana. And then from here, we take the hands out wide and we recite Namaha and come back to the heart space. So continue as best you can. So first of all, it is Lotus Mudra. Second, it is Namaskar. Third, it is Lakshmi. Fourth, it is Namaskar at the third eye. And fifth is this expansive, big embrace coming all the way back to start. The sounds we make are the seed sounds for Lakshmi. So we're invoking her, we're bringing her into our awareness, we're tuning into non-local knowledge. And our eyes are closed. So awareness at the heart space, Lotus Mudra, and the first mantra is Shreem. And then to the third eye with our Namaskar Mudra, Kleem. And then with the left hand at the heart space, right hand out wide, we say Lakshmi Aye, and then back to the third eye, Narayana, and then out wide into Namaha, back to Shreem, Kleem, Lakshmi Aye, Narayana, Namaha, Shreem, Kleem, Lakshmi Aye, Narayana, Namaha. 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 Shreem, Kleem, Lakshmi Aye, Narayana, Shreem, Kleem, Lakshmi Aye, Narayana, Namaha. 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 Shreem Kleem Lakshmi Aye Narayana Namaha. Now do it very, very softly, very quietly. Shreem Kleem Lakshmi Aye Narayana Namaha. Shreem Kleem Lakshmi Aye Narayana Namaha. Silently now. And ending at the lotus mudra with your eyes closed, your awareness at your heart, and bathe yourself in that sea of prosperity, of abundance, that Lakshmi Aye she provides through her kindness, through her gentleness, through her beauty and her magic of her devotion. Lower the hands down onto the knees and then lift the arms up into a 60-degree angle. Kriya now to cleanse all of your auric field, to remove some of that negativity. Have any of you ever experienced, I'm sure we all have, that energy vampire that comes into our field of awareness, starts to suck us of all of our positivity and then leaves us in deficit? Well, this is about removing that. So if you ever experience this in your life, you can always go somewhere quietly and just do a few minutes of this just to remove that negativity from your auric field. So it's a 3-part inhale, drawing your elbows towards your upper thighs, upper hips, and bringing your hands into your fist through your nose. So you end here with your third breath in, and then with your exhale, it's out your mouth, and you're expressing that removal of negativity from your auric field as you stop sign the hands. Shh, shh, shh. You get rid of, you flush away, you press away all of that, energy vampire kind of resistance that comes from people and experiencing those that are not in the correct frame of mind. So 3 inhale through the nose, 3 exhales out the mouth. Draw the abundance and the positivity in, and then with the exhale, just remove those blockages, remove the obstacles, get rid of the negativity. Extend the arms up, hold them up, open the chest wide, draw the belly button in, lengthen through the spine, and stay for a breath or two. And then as you lower the hands down in front of you, shift forward onto your knees and all fours, and take a moment to set yourself up with integrity from the ground up. So shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, tops of the feet pressing down, dome through the upper back. So you're pressing away from the earth and look slightly forward and away. Tilt the tailbone up, lift the chin, open the collarbones forward, inhale, cow. And then with your exhale breath, begin the movement in your pelvis. Rotate the tailbone down, draw the belly button in, press away from the earth, and cat the spine. Inhale brings you forward and through with the movement originating in your pelvis. And then the exhale draws the belly button in, you round through the back and you press away. You've done a fair bit of seated work now. So let's just take a moment to really begin to move naturally and organically through our yoga postures we know as asana. Sexy cat starts to take over where and naturally allowing a little bit of freedom in the hips, the neck, the shoulders. Feel free to do that. Change the orientation of the hands, get funky in the elbows and the wrists, tuck the toes, send the hips back towards the heels. Just allowing yourself a bit of movement, bit of freedom. And then as you come back to your stable tabletop position, all fours, take a moment just to set yourself up nice and stable, nice and strong. Lift your thumbs, then lift the palms and shift forward onto 4 fingers of each hand. Hinged at your first row of knuckles, you lift and lower the palms for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Then lower the palms down, lower the thumbs down, and just sway from side to side. Take your hands a handprint further forward down the mat, away from you. Tuck the hips back towards the heels, and then lift the hips up to the sky. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. You're neutral in your wrists, but you're engaged across that row of knuckles. You bend the legs and bend the knees and move through the legs to allow energy to flow freely down the backs of the legs. Draw the belly button in, press the chest towards your thighs, hang the head heavy, look back at the big toes. Allow yourself here that opportunity to find high heels and bent knees so that maybe there's a little bit more of a lift of the buttocks up. A big breath in to prepare, and then walk forward to the top of the mat. Exhale breath. Ragdoll, feet to hip width, hold the opposite elbows, nod the head, bounce the body, move a little here to get some freedom as you especially start to feel all of those little sort of snap, crackle pops in the body as the ankles, the knees, the hips just start to open up, just get a little bit oxygenated after we were sat for a while. And just let that nectar bathe you here as you bow the head forward, as you draw the belly button in and find tummy on thigh. And then dangle the arms towards the earth. And as you transmit that divine energy of the grounding mother here, you feel as you start to roll up that presence rising through the legs, rising through the thighs, rolling you up. And gradually, vertebra by vertebra, bone by bone, we start to return to a standing position now at the top of our mats. The proud chest and fingers spread wide. We feel the mat under the soles of our feet, and we stand in Tadasana, the mountain pose. Just like the giant Himalayan mountains on the horizon that so mystified and encouraged the ancient yogis. Feel into how you can find that expression in your body. You're firm in the foundation. You're lifted through the crown of the head. And then as you bring your hands through to your heart space, draw your chin towards your chest and just take a moment now to bring your awareness to the body and the breath. And on your next inhale breath, take the hands out wide and overhead to the sky. Reach and rise, look up, lift up, inhale. And then exhale breath, start to fold towards the earth, bowing forward, hands towards the shins, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, inhale breath. And then with your exhale breath, plant the hands and step back to the high plank position. From the high plank position, we start to press away from the earth, doming through the upper back, nice and long and strong through the legs, rolling the inner thighs in towards each other and then up towards the ceiling as you draw the belly button in and you feel see the future. You're not underneath yourself here. For 2 and for 1, lower the knees down, Cross your ankles behind you. Draw the heels towards your buttocks. Shift some weight forward so the torso is longer now from knee to crown. And then bend your elbows lower halfway down. Exhale. Start to press back up. Inhale. And then lower halfway down. Exhale. So do a couple of little chaturanga push-ups here to really warm up the triceps. Notice if you're looking underneath yourself, look forward and away and feel the hug of the elbows in towards the rib cage. Untuck the toes, uncross the legs, I beg your pardon, but tuck the toes, send the hips back, and then bend the elbows and lower the chest and chin down and slide forward onto your tummies. Tops of feet, return to mat. Inhale, Bhujangasana, the cobra pose, and then exhale, return the chest to the mat. Inhale, sweep the head to look over the right shoulder and lift the right leg independent of the left. So we're just lifting right. Lower right leg down, come back through center. Exhale, peek over left. Inhale, lift left leg. Exhale through center. Inhale, look over right shoulder, lift right leg. Exhale back through center. Inhale, peek over left, lift left. Exhale, center. Good work. One more each side. Exhale, breath back through center. Big toes touch, knees open out wide, hips back to heels. Extended child's pose, forward on mat. And take a moment here just to tune into the body and the breath. Elevate your chest ever so slightly. Look forward. Slide the left hand slightly back towards you as you take the right arm under. So we're threading the right arm under the left, lowering the chest back down on the right arm. The right hand faces the ceiling. Just take a moment here, just through the shoulders of the shoulder of the right side of your body. It's just a nice little compression. So yoga reminds us of the dance between effort and ease. And here we are creating this moment where we are stopping the flow of energy. So we're creating a blockage. So we have that expression of extension and moments of compression. So just tune into that compression. And then as you lift your chest, you return the right arm out in front of you, about in line with the left hand. So we know that length is there. And then as the energy flows through the right, we slide the left under and we switch it over as we lower the expression of compression on the left arm. And just tuning into the breath. And then as you lift the left arm out in front of us and just take a moment, back down, closing down your eyes. And then as you shift to tabletop position, create that integrity, create that strength, and we'll slide the right arm forward, lengthening, palm facing inward as though you're going to shake somebody's hand, and then take the left arm out behind you, left leg, I beg your pardon, out behind you. So right arm, left leg. Inhale here to lengthen. Then exhale, tap the elbow and knee under your body as you dome through the upper back. Return the right hand, left knee down. Then sit back on your heels, child's pose like expression. And then we do this again, but we shift and change it to the other side. Lift up to all fours, left arm, right leg. Inhale, elbow and knee tap. Exhale, breath under body. Left hand, right knee returns, and we sit back on heels. Inhale lifts us up. Right arm, left leg. Inhale extends. Exhales the tap. No breath to return to hips to heels. Then we inhale, sit up. Left arm, right leg. Exhale, tap. Return, no breath, and switch it over. Even it out. One more on each side. come back to your tabletop position. Create that integrity. Toes behind you. Take your hands a full handprint further down the mat away from you. Send hips back towards the heels. And now lift the hips up to the sky, creating our Adho Mukha Svanasana, our familiar old friend, downward facing dog. Is there a little bit more room down the backs of the legs now as the body's warmed up? Belly button in, chest to thighs, head hangs heavy, and we're looking back at our big toes. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, walk forward to the top of the mat. Hands on shins, halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sky. Arms up, sweep up, rise up, reach up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, sky. Exhale, return to earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step the right foot back, just the right foot, into a runner's lunge, as though you're about to run off in a little race here. And then lower the right knee down, untuck the right toes, bring the hands back to the left knee in front of you there, and start to draw the belly button in. You want to lift up through the crown of your head. And then as you sweep your arms up and overhead, hold the right wrist, lift the right arm up with the left hand, and then bend over to the left, peeking under the right armpit. And then take the hands back up to the ceiling, releasing the hands, lower the hands down to frame your front foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, right hand stays on earth, left hand peels up and opens you to the ceiling with the left hand. Lower the left hand down, extend through the left leg, take your hands to frame the front foot, stay on the ball of the back foot, and find your way into pyramid pose here, chin to chest. Come forward to the front knee, lower the back knee down, untuck the back toes, left hand up and overhead. This time as we look back, we reach back. Could we bend the back knee, reaching for the foot, opening through the chest, pressing away from the right hand on the earth, and draw the heel towards our buttocks. No slingshots to release that left foot. If you're able to hold it, place the left hand back at the top of the mat, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step the front foot back, high plank position, lower through your knees, then your chest and your chin, and slither forward to cobra. But this time, take your hands out wide onto your floor, elbows to the ceiling, press down through the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, return to mat. Plant the hands back to tabletop position. Tuck the Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Wow. So the differences are starting to feel, recognizing how we're warming up side to side. And let's take a big breath in together. And then exhale, breath, walk us forward. Inhale, breath, halfway lift. Exhale, breath, fold. Inhale, breath, sky. Exhale, breath, heart center, hands. Let's take a moment, reconnect, tune back in. And then inhale up to the sky. Exhale, return to the earth. Inhale, halfway left. This time, step your left foot back. Runner's lunge position. Pressing away from the earth, drawing the belly button in. Lowering the back knee down ever so gently, untucking the back toes. Walk the hands back to the front thigh. Lift up through the chest. Use the hands on the thigh to help find the stability and widen the front foot to the right if you need a little bit more room. Back toes are grounded, toenails are pressing down. Arms sweep up, and this time you reach for the left wrist. You hold the left wrist as you bend over to the right. Extend the arms up to the ceiling. Lift and reach. Lower the hands down to front. Elevate the back knee. Peel the right hand open. Lower the right hand down as you find your way to pyramid here. Lunging forward into your front knee, gently lowering the back knee down. Left hand stays on the earth, right hand peels up and over, reaches back, or perhaps you reach back for the foot behind you as you bend the knee. Draw the heel towards your buttock. No slingshots to release that foot. Right hand returns to the mat. The left hand peels up. Beg your pardon. The left knee lifts, and the right hand peels up to the ceiling. Lower right hand down, right foot steps back, high plank. Now, if you're ready for high to low plank, up dog, down dog, off you go, or knees, chest, chin through to your variation of a back bend. If it's high plank to low plank, exhale, shift onto the tops of the feet. Inhale, upward facing dog. Thighs are elevated off the mat. Roll over the toes. Lift the hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Exhale, breath. 5 breaths here. Lift the right leg slowly. Inhale. Drive the heel back. Rotate the pinky toe down towards the mat. And then draw the right knee over to your right wrist. Lower the right shin down. Peek over left shoulder. Slide left leg back long behind you. Proud the chest here. Reach for a prop like a block and place it underneath that right hip. Elevating the chest and lifting the chin. Half pigeon pose, feeling the stability of the prop underneath you, helping to elevate the hip and tuning into sensation in the buttocks, the gluteals, the thighs, the front of the left hip even. Remove the block, slide it out of your way. You'll need it in a moment. Plant the hand, step the left foot back, right foot back, and we'll take ourselves into our downward facing dog. The left leg smoothly and slowly with control, driving the heel back, curling the toes towards the face. You slowly bring that left knee forward, left knee to left wrist, shin on the mat, right leg long. We peek over the right shoulder. We lengthen that leg long behind us. Taking our prop underneath that left hip now. Just really prouding through the chest, elevating. Remove the underneath that left hip, but this time sit down on the left hip. I'm going to rotate around so I can face the camera, but in this process, I just want the right leg to come out in front of you, right leg out, left knees should still be bent, and left sole of foot comes into the inner upper right thigh. Square your chest as best you can towards the big toe of the right leg. On an inhale, reach up and rise up. And then with your exhale breath, depending on the architecture of your body, hold the shin or the ankle, or if you can reach for the foot, do so. But let the heart guide you forward towards the toes. And then allow the left hand to reach up to the ceiling. As it goes up, it plants behind you. In process, you press down, and then you come onto the left shin and you sweep the right arm up and overhead into a rock star expression, opening the throat, lifting the chin, reaching through right fingertips. And then as you slowly come back down, you sit back down and you switch it over. So left leg goes long, right leg goes bends, and right foot inside upper left thigh. Square chest to our big toe. We reach up, we rise up, and then we reach for the foot, ankle, or the shin. Again, that heart space is guiding us forward towards the toes. And 2 more deep breaths. And then with that right hand, it's a gesture of lifting and reaching and rising together overhead. As the right hand lands behind us, we want to lift through the hips, come onto the right shin, extend the left arm behind us, lift the chin, open the throat. And then coming to sit back down. This time, both legs will extend out in front of us. And we find ourselves grounded, extended. We reach. And then we reach for the foot. And we just take a moment here for a few deep breaths. Again, the heart guiding us forward. And then the hands slide back along the legs, bending the knees, bringing the soles of the feet to come to touch. Knees open out wide. Hold the feet as though you're reading a book through the soles of your feet. Use your thumbs on the inside, fingers on the outside, and flap your butterfly wings here for a few breaths. And then start to fold yourself forward. Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. And then as you start to lift the torso, look for your props. Find yourself something to sit on. If you'd like to elevate your hips a little like I do, with maybe a little bit of comfort from a blanket, do that. And so from that bound angle position, we've elevated the hips and we find our crossed leg expression here. Whatever that might be for you, whether that's a deeper expression or a simple cross leg, feel free to take that. So even though today's practice has been about the invocation to Lakshmi, this particular Kriya is for Saraswati. And this is a very powerful Kriya for tuning into non-local knowledge, for beginning to really arrive in that transcendental state that Kundalini Yoga offers us as an opportunity to remove the blockage. Simple seated position, but it is a mantra. So take the hands so the fingers, the palms face. We begin on the left side and we take the thumb to the pinky finger and we recite the bija mantra Ara, A-R-H-A, Arha. And then we take the thumb to the ring finger and we recite the mantra Phat, P-H-A-T. And then we go with the thumb to the middle finger, Sa, S-A, and then Na. So it was Phat, Sa, Na on the left hand. And on the right hand, it's a little easier because it's the sound of the letter D. And we go pinky, D, then ring, D, then middle, D, and then the index finger, D, before we come back to the other side. So this is an invocation to all of those goddesses as well that we've been practicing today, and closing down our eyes, cultivating a sense of gratitude and thankfulness. And take a big breath in. Ara, Vat, sa na di 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 arafat 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 sa na di 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 sa na di 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 arafat sa na di 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 arafat sa na di 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 arafat sa na di 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 arafat sa na di 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 arafat sa times to yourself quietly inside the mind. Another round on your own. And just allow yourself to into the mystical awareness of the bija sounds, the awakening of the goddess Lakshmi. As you bring your hands through to your heart space, draw your chin towards your chest. Slide the left hand across the heart. Take the right hand so it's holding a quill between the index finger and the thumb. With your eyes closed, start to draw the figure 8 with the right hand in the sky. You don't need to open your eyes. You don't even need to know what the infinity sign is. You just draw something. But in the process of drawing, this is Shringara, the Kriya of awakening the possibility that you are the navigator of your own experience. You are the agent of your own happiness. So start to write that narrative, start to write that truth, the wisdom that comes from the powerful practices of Kundalini and of Vinyasa, friction that's created from resistance, of not wanting to do something new, staying in your lane. But when you do step out, you recognize how much more abundance there is, how much more joy there is. So just continue to draw a shape. Write that beautiful narrative for the rest of your day. And when you feel like there's an end to the sentence, the paragraph, the story, and start to lower the hands down onto the knees. Big breath in, big breath out. A big breath in. And a big breath out. With your awareness on the internal dimension, that beautiful universe that exists within you, let's take a moment to see how those opposing opposites have been harmonized in our practice today. We gathered up the stickiness and the gooiness, and we've rubbed it up against the freedom and the flow that other parts of the body experienced. And therefore harmonizing and giving us that balance that we seek. But also recognizing that some days, life gets in the way. That's okay. Not everything in the yoga tradition is rainbows and lullabies. Life is gritty, life is difficult, life is hard. But how do we meet those challenges? That's what the practice encourages us to inquire about. What are our default patterns of? Are they serving us? Perpetuating their own experience. Another breath or two. And then on your next inhale breath, take your arms up and overhead, reach to the ceiling, and then come through your heart center and draw your chin towards your chest. Thank yourself for showing up today. Thank yourself for making the effort to set aside some time and beginning to practice. Loka samashta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samashta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Greet this beautiful version of yourself with the Hindi word namaste and have a lovely rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you again another time. Not as regularly as I used to do it, but as regularly as I can. And have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you again really soon. Kali Mata Durga Devi Namo Namaha. Ah.